because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that...
He said she became a black person.
For you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment.
You know what I love about Donald Trump? Is just he sounds like the mob. You know, I mean, just talking to him about, he talks to you like the mob, like you disrespecting me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Donald Trump was at a black journalist, I don't say convention, but like he did an interview with them, right? And it was very interesting. It went viral because the ABC journalist, she had a attitude and out the gate, and Donald Trump called her out as he always does. He doesn't ever hold back. So yeah, let's just watch a clip and see what it's talking about. Donald Trump is hilarious.
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner, first question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I was invited here and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love
if you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you believe I have answered the question.
And
for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner.
Wait, I'm sorry. You know what I love about Donald Trump? Is just he sounds like the mob. He talks to you like it's like this is veto courting. You know what I mean? Just talking to him about he talks to you like the mob, like you disrespecting me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He talks like a New Yorker. Like that's how like a New Yorker business. That's how they talk. But
that's so fun.
She's nasty. She's rude. Nasty.
She's all the things. I can tell right out the gate. She's not even being. She has no decorum to her at all. She just came out here wanting to insult and disguise it as a question. And he also did the thing that I love, that he did not let her get away with it. Because let me tell you what's happening right now, specifically with white people. A lot of times it's changing, which I'm happy. White people will not call out when they're getting, attacked in this way, or if they're getting disrespected. They won't call it out because they don't want to be called racist, right? Because they know they will be. And so we've been saying for a while now, like if someone is disrespecting you, call it out. Like call it out. I'm okay. Be okay with being called racist. Be okay with it because it's coming.
Manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it? Sir, do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that...
He said she became a black person. He became a black person. Kamala Harris has identified forever as a Asian American of Indian descent, right? She always has said that. We know now that Kamala Harris has just now become black, because you have to be black if you want to be the president, because you know, black people are the base for the Democratic Party, and so she's going to now go with the black thing. And he is right. I'm with you, Trump. I didn't know that she was black either. You know why? Based on what she said is why I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably watching Vivek Ramaswamy and thinking, we'll see how it goes with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Be black.
Be black.
Indian, it didn't work or something. I know that's what they did.
I know, right?
I know that sounds racist, but the truth is, when you go with the Democrats, that is what they probably did. They probably watched Vivek closely.
Yeah.
And they probably thought, America's not ready, or something like that. And they were like, be black.
And also
just stay black. You know what I mean?
Just be black. Be black.
You know what I mean? That's how they think, though. That they think only on optics, race, gender, and they guide on that. They don't care about policy. Policy doesn't matter, because as you can see, this woman's question is all about racism.
Racism.
And that's where they stay. They live in racism. That's
so she went the black thing, hence the we out here in these streets.
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets.
So she went with that.
By the way, she hasn't gotten a vote.
I think somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans have said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some.
And there is this question of, in this moment where we are, why come here? What is your message today?
My message is to stop people from invading our country. Coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. And they're taking the employment away from black people. They're coming in, they're invading. It's an invasion of millions of people, probably 15, 16, 17 million people. I have a feeling it's much more than that. And everybody's been seeing what's happened. The first group of people, the black population, is affected most by that, and Kamala is allowing it to happen. She's the border czar. She's the win.
So, you know, again, we had so many people ask about this black job. You guys are supporting a man that would say black jobs. I'm like, you guys, okay, so when Trump first said that at that debate, I immediately knew what he was talking about. Like, immediately. And I thought, and the thing is that before he even said this black job thing, I had already looked at what the invasion of migrants was going to do for black Hispanic people, right? I already knew that is gonna affect them the most. I can't speak for Donald Trump, but you know what I mean, why he thinks he's saying black jobs, and people are getting so super offended by this. Everybody's so offended by it. I'm just like, well, if you do just like research, you would kind of see where he's coming from. The reference point of him saying black jobs is about the immigrant situation. So when illegal people come here, they obviously are coming here illegally. So they are going to need work. All right. The work that they are going to take are going to be low wage work. So when you look at the poverty rate here in America, Asian people and white people, theirs is on the lower spectrum of that. Where it gets high is the black, Hispanic, and Native American. Those are the three groups, the bottom three, that have the highest poverty rate. I think black people have a 20% poverty rate. Hispanic people, I believe, have a 22% poverty rate, and the Native Americans have somewhere in the round of 28. It's up there, right? So those are the three that are being affected. Now, people who are living below the poverty line are like the working poor. They primarily take low wage jobs. primarily. They take low wage jobs or under the table type work because it's hard to find that. And because our community is so high on that, I feel that when illegals come here, they will take black jobs. They will take Hispanic jobs. They will take Native American jobs because we are the ones taking those jobs because a lot of us have to. So if you just look at the statistics on this, it makes sense to me why he would say that.
Yeah.
You know, even like the median income of, blacks and whites and Asians. Asians and whites are high on the median income. But where it gets kind of low is black median income, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So we're all low there too. So we're high in poverty, low in income.
And this is where the single mother rate really comes in, because when you have a single mother rate that's as high as the black community, it's up in the 74 percentile. It, like Barack Obama said, it causes poverty.
Right.
It causes people to go to jail.
Right.
It causes, bad, our academia is bad. All of those things come in the umbrella of single motherhood, which they never want to talk about. You would think that black women would sit around and talk about that, but she won't mention that because that would be the reason that there are black jobs. The white community and the Asian community have a more intact family. They don't have a big single mother rate, but they also don't, like Asians don't take up most of the jails.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? They don't. But they make more money than white people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you look at the fact that the nuclear family structure is so high in those two demographics.
They're succeeding.
And then you look at the Native Americans and Hispanics, I think it's 50%. The black community is like 74%. I think the Native Americans like 80% worldwide. Then you can see that there is a failing of the family structure that is causing people to not succeed. Because one parent can't really do it by themselves.
Right.
But two parents can. You have more options when there are more than one person taking care of a family. And so that's why you would think we'd want to talk about family structure and nuclear family, but we're too busy talking about LGBTQ. We're too busy talking about, black power and feminism that we can't get to that.
I often feel that a lot of black people don't want to face the stats. You know what I mean? And so, like the stats I'm just giving you now you can find it yourself. These are not right-wing stats or left-wing stats. These are just neutral ones that they both use. And I think that when we hear a rich white man say the words black jobs and we don't put it in context, I think that we lose the conversation, because what he is saying makes complete sense to me. Because if we are going to, that's why he's so focused on the borders and having border security, is not to insult black people or Hispanic people or whatever. He's trying to keep work here. All right, you guys, let us know what you think about this week's subjects. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Leave some comments below. And that's it. We will see you guys next week.